Everybody, welcome to Wednesdays live here in sunny California. This is what happens when they predict rain, by the way. It's like we're in New York, it's 70 and sunny, and everyone's like, oh, we're going back to the rain. It's going to be in the 40s and whatever. I look outside, it's 70 and sunny. We can't even help ourselves in California to live in perfection. It's amazing. Anyway, I hope everyone's healthy and happy. Looking forward to answer some questions here on the live. Please join me. Who do we got? Justin, are they calling in?
Gotta get him going.
We didn't post earlier. What should we talk about? Anyway, I'm going to be maybe my last live performance if they keep going with these community
Monday
safety rules on Saturday. Exactly. I'll be at the Anaheim Convention Center with Marshall Falk and his company talking about money. What am I talking about, Jake? How money
and entrepreneurship.
Oh, two of my favorite things. Money, and entrepreneurship. And there's nothing better. Without money, there is no entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship without money is innovation. And so we could have like a innovation festival, but money plus innovation equals entrepreneurship. And don't forget that. If you think you're in business, you better think about money. If not, you're just an innovator. What is your prediction about the
stock market?
Oh, stock market, market stock. I like that. I didn't know you could have that. What's my prediction about the stock market? Here's my prediction always about the stock market. It will go up and it will go down. Think about that. Money doesn't disappear. So what you want to do is find experts in every industry or field that you're interested in investing and have them make a promise to you. Ask that person when they feel that their industry market segment within the stock market is oversold or overbought. Don't have to be at the top or the bottom, but on average, the stock market goes up and the stock market goes down. If you can get an industry expert, somebody that's worked within the industry 30, 40, 50 years, to let you know when they believe the stock market in their industry is oversold or overbought, you will create margins beyond belief for yourself and mitigate a lot of risk. That is the best piece of advice that I can give you about the stock market. I don't look at the stock market as a whole. I look at industry segments in the stock market, and I look to the industry leaders, people that have the situational knowledge and experience to have seen their industry stock market go up and go down, go up and go down. And all I need to know is when they feel it's overbought or oversold. If you're consistently buying when a market is oversold and selling when a market is overbought, you'll increase statistically over 100% your margins. Imagine that in investing. That's what I think about the stock market. All right.
Julie's on live. She's on.
Julie, my wife, is on live. Hi, Julie. I adore you. I love you. I'm the luckiest man in the world. That is my wife. And I told the guys, if you ever come on, to let me know. Obviously, you're working really hard and have nothing better to do. This is such a privilege and honor. Thank you. I love you. If you have a question, let me know. Or if you have a question you think I'm always missing.
Miles is on too.
Oh, Miles is on? Hey, what's up, my main man? I'm going to tell everybody this on Instagram. Look, my wife looks at the comments and she takes them personally. I don't. You can hate on me all you want. Just realize that every time you say something stupid and negative and projecting your insecurities, fears, etc., it hurts my wife's feelings. So here's a better thing to do. If you are hating on me and you think I'm an idiot, or you think what I'm saying is idiotic, or you have to just project your insecurity and make somebody feel bad, text me at 949-298-2905. Hate on me all you want, but don't hurt my wife's feelings. I adore her. She loves me too much. Anything that you say, from like my shirt's too tight and makes my arms look too big, to my cartoons are stupid, or I don't know anything about business, or I stole gratitude from Gary Vee, or any of the brilliant things that you want to hate on me about, text me at 949-298-2905. Please don't put it in the comments on Instagram, because all the people who really like me, they get offended and they start telling you what an idiot you are. That doesn't help your self-esteem. My wife wants to go ahead and go crazy and DM the world about what an idiot you are for saying something mean about me. Just you and I, let's converse. And if you really want to text me something to hate on me, go ahead, 949-298-2905. And if you really are hating on me, I'll ask and give you my personal cell phone so you can personally tell me what an idiot I am, or why what I said was so upsetting to you, or what you misunderstood about some comment that I made or something that I posted, or a cartoon that you missed a point on, or whatever else people hate on you for. But I appreciate positive and negative comments.
Hello?
Please. Hey, Rafi.
Hey, Dave, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
Are you enjoying yourself?
A little bit, yes. I'm having fun. You always gotta have fun. Make time for it, you know?
You got to take vacation every day. Enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. What's the question of the day? You're the first one, man. Let's get this party started.
All right on, brother. Thank you so much. So my question is, what is the easiest way to get in front of investors and really sift through the noise of having to deal with people, you know, telling you things like, you know, your idea is not good enough, you won't get in front of that investor, and getting through that and being able to talk to the right people.
Okay, so number one, you're asking people at least, right? Because that's how we get in front of other investors. We ask, do you know anybody that can help me? I'm trying to get this funded. I'd like to speak to someone that you may believe would be interested. When they tell you they can't, you need to ask them why, right? And the answer isn't, well, this is a stupid idea, we'll never fund it. Then you got to ask, why do you think it's stupid? Because what you're trying to determine and where you want to improve on, and it is a constant practice. But what happens before you're funded is that we evolve. And we evolve on the 5 areas. One, we evolve with our credibility. So we learn why people think we're not credible, and we fix those things. We evolve on the emotional attachment. We find why people don't like what we're doing, and we evolve and we make them like it. We evolve on the quantitative reasons. We keep on learning about adding more money value to the reasons, impacts, and capability. We evolve on the impact that we're going to have. And then finally, we evolve on the presentation. You know, we make different centering, colors, sizes, whatever intonations, connotations, context that we're talking within. But the main thing that I want to tell you is keep having those conversations, keep getting more information and feedback on how you can get better in those 5 areas, and you will get your opportunity funded at the right way at the perfect time. Does that sound fair?
Yes, brother. That's very helpful.
Awesome, man.
I have trouble getting away from the noise, so that's very helpful.
Yeah, vote for what you want, but listen and acknowledge what other people say by asking questions. Acknowledging is acquiring the knowledge of why they're saying something. So when we acknowledge what somebody else is saying, we acquire the knowledge of why they're saying it, the intent behind it, and we learn the lessons from that. Therefore, we're more interested than interesting, and we expand. Okay?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Call me anytime, Rafi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
You got it.
Bye.
All right. Don't forget to text me 949-298-2905 your questions. And also, anyone on Instagram, please do not leave negative comments how stupid that answer was. Please text me at 949-298-2905 how stupid that answer was, or what better things I could do. Please hide it from my wife. She's on right now, especially. Please, I want her to think the world of me. She takes it so personally that you don't like me or you think I'm an idiot. I'm okay with it. I know you're just projecting something inside that I can help you with. We're dealing with the new Mr. Rogers here on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, everywhere else. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Billy. It's Dave Meltzer.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
I love the name Billy, man. I forget, was that in Caddyshack? Oh, Billy, 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 Billy.
Yeah.
All right, Billy, 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 Billy. Give me a question, Billy. What's up, Billy?
So one of my biggest concerns is just that as I'm getting my team involved, I definitely realize even after I request or to have something done, they still, rely on me to get it done. And to me, that's a problem. So,
yeah. Let me help you out, okay? So we have to have time management and time efficiencies when we're dealing with empowering other people. And a lot of times, I ask myself on certain employees that I have, what's taking more time for me to teach them how to do something, empower them how to do it, or doing it myself, right? I always like to pay people to do things I don't like to do, and I also like to pay people to do things that I can allow them to do cheaper while I do things that I make more money doing. So one thing I've learned about why people don't perform to my expectations is I'm accountable. I spend an extraordinary amount of time teaching 4 values that allow people to live their life to a higher standard, a higher frequency, a higher level of performance, and allow them to make mistakes as well. And here's those 4 things. 1, we got to change our perspective and expectations to one of gratitude. We got to make sure that they're gracious about what they're doing, that they have a lens of gratitude, and that we have a lens of gratitude of what they're doing. 2, forgiveness. Right? They have to believe that they forgive themselves for expanding, accelerating, and making mistakes. And they need to believe that you'll give them forgiveness as well for trying their best to pursuing their potential. Most importantly, 3, accountability. You got to reinforce accountability in a business. You got to explain the difference between accountability, responsibility, and liability. So in the end, whether they're liable or responsible, you cannot allow anyone within your business to go below the line into blame, shame, and justification. It's the cancer, the corrosion, the interference to ruining your business. You need to hold everybody accountable and keep on asking people and explaining to them, what did you do to allow this to happen, and what are you supposed to learn from it? I give awards at my business called the Accountability Dummy Tax Award, where I'm asking people every week, what did you do to attract this problem or loss to the company, and what are you supposed to learn from it? And then I go ahead and give a bonus to the person that has learned the biggest lesson. I'm encouraging people to expand. Now, I don't want them to make the same mistake twice, and if they start making the same mistake and making a pattern of it, I recognize the pattern of gratitude, forgiveness, or accountability and remind them of what they're doing wrong, whether it's something within the values, their personal experiential giving and receiving values, whether it's in the context that they're not asking, whether it's in the context that they're not a student in their calendar, whether it's in the context of they're not doing it now, or it may just be in general that they're not practicing ending fear, they're living in ego-based consciousness. But all are determined upon those 3 things: gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and then finally, keeping everyone inspired. You got to hold the energy as the leader in your company. And if you feel that there's a corrosion or interference to the inspiration, that people are not hurrying to work as well as hurrying home, right? I want everyone here hurrying to work, and also I'm never sad when someone's like, hey man, can I leave 15 minutes early because I got to go do this. I'm excited to go see my aunt or my bubby or whoever else they may go see. But I also, those same people, I get encouraged when they're the ones that are waiting at the door at 5:30 because they haven't gotten a key to the office yet, or waiting by the door for me to come in going, hey man, what do we got on schedule today? I can't wait to go. So focus in on the values, make sure that you're there and they know you have their back. And then finally, I know this isn't the most positive thing, but it's a real thing that Gary Vaynerchuk taught me. Write these 2 words down: fire fast.
Fire fast.
Fire him fast, man. You gotta hire him under the expectations. Like, I got this camera guy over here, I just gave him a raise, and I am on him every day managing expectations. Dude, you came into my office and asked for more money. You better perform at 25% better because you asked for a 25% better raise. I'm a math guy. Justin, does that sound fair to you? You want twice as much money. I want twice as much production. Doesn't that sound fair to you? It goes both ways. Everybody in this office knows that because the next month I'll be on your ass because I fire fast. All right? So fire fast, but do and live by the values. People be fired up to work with you, right? We don't command anyone in the sense of bossing them around. We command them in the sense of the definition of the word to work with, right? So I know my wife is watching. I command you. That means I work with you. All right. Anyway, thanks so much, man. You have problems, just give me a call. It works for me. It'll work for everyone.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
You got it, my friend. Take care. All right. If you thought that was stupid, go ahead and text me, 949-298-2905. Please keep it off of my Instagram comments. My wife gets her feelings hurt, like I said, has not learned the lesson of the need to be offended, and I appreciate it because she's protecting me. I think Miles, my son, who's on, he's laughing at all the negative comments. But have radical humility. Go ahead and text me. I'll give you my cell phone so we can discuss why you're projecting your insecurities, why you're so full of hate. You cannot attack someone unless you're full of it. Who's this? Devin. Devin!
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's great to hear from you, man. What's going on?
Not much. Big fan of your work and wanted to just reach out and ask a question.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, so basically I think that, I've heard in a lot of your talks about being a student of your calendar, and I think that one of the biggest things that a lot of entrepreneurs myself struggle with are figuring out how to devote time and just making sure that you're fully active and available to the people who are maybe a new lead, but also your existing clientele. And I just want to know how you sort of factor in time to put towards all those different people and what just a little bit more what being a student of your calendar maybe means for you.
Yeah, great question. So, student of your calendar, for everyone out there that doesn't know, has to first understand what studying means. Studying means not just paying attention to your calendar. I used to look at my calendar and pay attention to it, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I forgot everything that I looked at. So what I learned was studying my calendar meant to pay attention and then also put intention into it. That means I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, think, and do, and believe, and even some of the unconscious competencies of what I have planned in person, on the phone, via email, social media, radio, print, TV. And when I go ahead and study the time that I have planned, I look to see how efficient I am with that time, how productive, accessible, gracious with that time, how statistically successful I'm going to be, and I start formulating systems, I start formulating processes and practices that become unconscious and subconscious parts of me. It becomes a frequency. And I also study the white space of my calendar. A lot of people, if you're out there and you don't have time for everything, it's because you're not studying the white space of your calendar. Time does not disappear. It's like money. Money doesn't disappear. We have to utilize our time with that Meltzer kaleidoscope, with a lens of creativity. A lens of productivity, which is creativeness, creating value. A lens of accessibility, which is what you're talking about, Devin. How accessible am I to others, and how am I accessing what I want? And also a lens of gratitude. I look at everything, not only that I'm doing, but the white space of my calendar with a lens of where is the light, the lessons, the love, all of this power that's in what I'm doing or going to do. And then I also study sleep, as you know. So I don't just pay attention. I study these three things. I pay attention and put intention in. What am I going to think, say, do, and believe? And even some of the personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions that can help me be more productive, accessible, and gracious in what I'm doing. And I put a quantitative analysis onto it. In my original book, Connected to Goodness, which I'm happy to send to anybody that wants, I talk about the power of 64 and utilizing time to beat, and math to beat everyone, to make more money, help more people, and have more fun. You can work, or as I explain, have activity that you get paid for 16 hours a day, work twice as efficiency, or activity you get paid for twice as efficiency, makes it 32 hours, and then practice with an enjoyment of the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. Practice, progress, not perfection, by the way, when you practice, and have it be 64 hours of productivity a day. And because it's activity you get paid for and activity you don't get paid for that you're looking at, and you enjoy it, just like you take vacation every day, you should have activity you get paid for every day. And if you're productive 64 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single week is 56 days of productivity compared to anyone else. That means every day that average Joe is out there, you're 2 months ahead. Every day! That means you're literally, think about it, in 1 month, how far ahead I am. I'm a year ahead of you. A year ahead, right? Every day, every single day, that's how far ahead I am. And and that's where not only my success at a young age and the acceleration through, but when I lost everything, that's what gave me the confidence to quickly make it back. because I'm beating people with time and math, and so can you, by understanding truly what it's like to be a student in your calendar and studying what you have planned, the white space in your sleep. Does that sound fair?
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
You got it, Devin. Thank you for being a fan, and please protect me from all those negative comments out there.
Yeah, sure.
All right, take care.
Thanks. Bye.
That's right, everyone. Text me your negative comments. If that was stupid, once again, I'm looking for those comments at 949-298-2905. Any haters out there? I want to be the place. I'm the new Howard Stern. I'm the new Howard Stern. I want everyone with hateful comments and negativity to text me at 949-298-2905. And if you really are a hater and you have so much insecurity you have to project it onto everybody, just text me. I'll give you my personal cell phone, and you and I can chat so I can understand why you're so angry, why so scared, why you're so frustrated.
Can you expand on white space? A couple people are asking.
Oh, cool. A couple people are asking what the white space of your calendar is. No, I'm not a racist. White space of the calendar is the white space because my Outlook shows white, but it's blank. So the white space of my calendar is everything I don't have planned. If your calendar has open space, empty space, white space, or blue space, or black space, determined on the color settings on your computer, you need to study that. Even more importantly than what you have planned, at least when it's planned, you're probably going to attend that and facilitate some sort of activity. But if you have empty space in your calendar, people waste that every day, right? I have the guy that set up this phone, right? And I have probably the worst phone system in the world, so anyone wants to donate to me like a really good phone system. But, oh my gosh, the most ineffective, inefficient person with the blank space in his calendar, the white space in his calendar, the empty space in the calendar, right? It's like, if it wasn't scheduled for the robot to do, he couldn't do it, right? And there's a lot of people out there that they're literally paralyzed by the white space or the blank space or the empty space in their calendar. You need to study it, pay attention to it, give it intention. What am I going to think, say, and do and believe during this time? How are my personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions going to be utilized during this empty space, this white space, this blue space, whatever you call it space, non-planned space in your calendar? So thank you for that, by the way. If you don't understand some of the stuff that I'm saying, please comment, text me at 949-298-2905. Like I said, I'm looking to divert every single negative comment to my text community so my wife doesn't see it and I can handle it one-on-one and give you my answers and allow you to talk to me one-on-one. If anyone wants to talk to me in person one-on-one, just go ahead and give me a hateful message on my text and you're going to get my attention in my cell phone. It'll be perfect. Who's this?
Hello?
Anthony!
Hey, what's up, David?
What's going on?
How's it going, brother?
I love doing this Q&A thing. It's like people are just so nice. You had a question for me.
I did. First off, I just want to say you're the GOAT. You know, for all the viewers that don't know, you're the greatest of all time. But the question for you and the viewers is, what advice do you give a female athlete trying to build a brand in a male-dominated sport?
So I'm going to tell everyone some gold here. Since you gave me an unrealistic expectation of being the GOAT, I'm going to try to live up to GOAT-like commentary. Look, it doesn't matter if you're a female athlete. If you're a female athlete trying to get into a male-dominated sport, or you're a middle-aged mutant ninja turtle like me trying to build a brand to help people, and someday somebody actually think you're good enough to be a GOAT. It doesn't matter. Let me teach you how you brand yourself. So here's how you brand yourself, no matter who you are, what the circumstances are. This is how we brand ourselves. Number one, learn your stories and lessons. Right? Know what they are. Know what your stories and lessons are, because your stories and lessons are your frequency. They are authentic to you. Right? They're authentic to you. They're organic. Your stories. Nobody has your story, Anthony. Nobody. And this woman that's trying to be in a male-dominated sport, nobody has her story. Nobody has Maria Sharapova's stories, or Danica Patrick's stories, or Venus Williams' stories. Nobody has any of their stories. Nobody has Dave Meltzer, the GOAT stories, as you would say. Right?
The GOAT.
The GOAT. But listen, I know my stories. I know the lessons from my stories. And once you know the lessons and the stories that you have, now start capturing them, modifying them, amplifying them, and perpetuating them online, in person, on the phone, via email, everywhere that you can. Start perpetuating them so that your frequency gains strength, it fills a spectrum of people. You'll start seeing that, man, my stories and lessons resonate with, 17-year-old baseball players from Curacao. And all of a sudden you're the goodwill ambassador to Curacao. Whatever it happens. But you will see lessons and stories and the consistent use of those lessons and stories to create your frequency, then strengthens the frequency, widens the spectrum, and creates a clearer message of who you are. And then you're going to get one person or two people that'll be like, oh my God, this guy's the GOAT. This girl's the GOAT. And then all of a sudden, two more people say that. And every year, my first year, maybe 2 people ever called me a GOAT. Now, I'm on my 3rd year. It could be 4 people to 8 people to 16 to 32. By 10 years, 2,000 people may think Dave Meltzer's a GOAT. In 15 years at the same rate, just 2 GOAT comments a year, I got 64,000 people in 15 years that think I'm a GOAT. And when I'm 70 years old, if I can just get 2 people like you a year, Anthony, to think I'm a GOAT, that's 2 million people on earth thinking I'm the greatest of all time, which would be a tremendous compliment, even though it's not true. Okay, so don't give me all your negative. Oh, I appreciate that. Don't give me all your negative comments. If you do, text me at 949-298-2905 that I'm not the GOAT. Don't let my wife see it. She's dying right now. That's awesome. But no, you hear me though? This is magic what I'm telling you, because it's never going to be easier, cheaper, less expensive, whatever you think. It will never be like this again to build your own brand and know your stories and lessons. Learn to capture them, modify them, amplify them, perpetuate them in person, on the phone, via email and media, radio, print, TV, and social media, and then build that strength of a signal, spectrum, and clarity of your message. That frequency is only authentic to you if it's your stories and your lessons. Am I still the GOAT?
You're still the GOAT from today till tomorrow to 10 years from now.
Oh man, I just need another 2 million Anthonys. I appreciate it, my friend. If you ever need anything, just reach out. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much for taking the time for my question.
You got it. It's a great question. Thank you. Man, that's awesome. I appreciate anyone blowing smoke up my ass like that, but I appreciate it. I know Justin's laughing over here. He's like, I know a lot of GOATs. Dave Meltzer's not Tom Brady. Or Kyrie, I was going to say Kawhi Leonard. Anyway.
He's a GOAT.
He's a GOAT. Steve got Raptors fans.
Brandy.
Hey, Brandy, it's Dave Meltzer.
Oh my gosh, I was just watching you.
You were? Okay, I got a quick question. Do you think I'm the GOAT?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm the
Mr.
GOAT?
What?
Do you think I'm the GOAT?
Of course.
I didn't say look like a goat. I said no. Oh, see.
You have to feel like you are.
Oh, you're wonderful. Julie, see, all these people love me. You should watch this show more than read the comments on my Instagram. Anyway, yep. You have a question for me?
Yeah, hey, I wanted to start up a business. I already have one, a real estate business, but we wanted to buy a building and open something up. And is it smart to do like an equity line from your home to get the money to buy the building?
Great question. So remember, these types of questions for everyone are math, right? So we're talking about comparing payments and risk. And so when we're literally hedging money, right? So should I take this type of loan to purchase this to get an additional loan? Is all math. And one thing in those variables is really get mentorship from people who are in that area and realize what the criteria is. So one, interest rates are most important to anything, right? Because interest rates are going to be the long-term, if it's fixed, which I suggest always to deal with, because now you're just gambling. If you're borrowing money on a variable rate, you're gambling. And your business should be what sound enough to be able to be built upon a fixed rate, right? A rate that you are always set. So if, for example, you can borrow against your home at 2% and then put that money down and then borrow, basically borrow the money back plus some at a lower percentage or close to equal percentage, but you have ownership of another building, which is an asset in an area that has only increased in the 20-year segments that you can look at. Because I look at commercial properties in 20-year segments. So I'll look
Okay.
before and after and see, okay, what does this property do in 20 years? But only by the percentage that I'm looking at of my interest. Why? Because you're not buying a price, you're buying a payment, right? You're buying a payment. So, for example, you could own a home that's $1 million, but if it has a 17% interest rate, I'd rather own a home worth I'd rather buy a home, that has a lower interest rate at $500,000, right?
Yeah.
So it's just math, and for me, I would find someone with 30 years experience in that area, and use them as a mentor on the deal, and allow them to show you the math of the valuations of the property, and then you can go ahead and effectuate the business side, saying, okay, here's all what we're going to make on the money math side. Now, in order to be a successful business, we're going to have to make more than this a month, and here's going to be the amount of time, effort, emotion that's put into that, and I'm not going to get so busy working that I forget to make money. Is it worth this much time, emotion, energy, and risk in order to effectuate an extra $100,000 a year, when instead I could just actually take the money and invest it into a savings account or this protected annuity and make an average of 9% a year, which would be $90,000 a year on this money, instead of taking all the risk, taking all the time, and then I can take my time, emotion, and energy and put it into a better business, or put it into my family, or put it into my health.
Passive income.
Yeah, so I'm pretty good at this stuff. I still bring in 3 experts for any type of these decisions that I make and ask for their math and their opinion on the math. So,
okay.
and I do 3 people, and it's amazing how much I learn about not only, what the variables are, but what those people's differences in opinions. Very rarely are all 3 100%, Joker, you won, right? It's like divergent, and I'm usually like right in the middle, and there's usually like one to the left, one to the right, and one to the middle, and I'm usually right in the middle going, okay. And so many, I'm just telling you from my philosophy, so much of the time after going through this exercise, I decide that it's just not worth it to do it. Like, there's so many areas that if I'm doing this out of enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of some potential of a passion purpose, but if it's just out of profit, a lot of times it's just not worth my time, emotion, and energy. I'd rather put it into a non-emotional, non-attentive, passive income and use my time, emotion, and energy to, hang out with my 9-year-old.
Yeah, so the other thought is to take the money out of the house and buy houses and rent them out, or Airbnb them, which would be more passive, not an everyday stressed out grind.
Yeah, let me give you a little hack real quick for everyone out there, because I think there's a huge potential here, and I have done this myself. Go to an area where people have not figured out VRBO and Airbnb. Go to an area where there are a few, apartments or homes, etc., where hasn't been a real rental type of area, but it's, by a wine country, or it's by a water or ski mountain,
Okay.
And because the exponential value of this passive type income, where, you could buy up in, let's just say Idaho, right now with interest rates being so low, you could buy a condo up in Idaho, a ski condo that you could use part of the year yourself, but they would rent so well compared to what the payment is, that you literally would only have to rent it 1 or 2 nights a month, and it covers your cost, and you'll get the appreciation over 20 years in that area. Another trick is, in these type of investments, is go and Google right now the fastest 10 growing counties in America. Go ahead and see what they are. Go to those counties, look and see where the center of the city is, where Main Street is, and go out about 8 miles and go ahead and buy 100 acres about 8 miles out from the center of the city, and just sit on that property. And 30 years from now, you'll retire for life on it. I mean, these are just basic things where people just get so busy they forget to make money. Look, if you want to make money in real estate, cities grow from the center of the city out. It takes in 30 years you get like 3,000% return on your money, and you would be amazed. Nobody's thinking 8 miles outside of the center of a city, of even the fastest growing counties and cities in America. And there's a whole bunch of people that have owned that land that would be like, oh my God, I can't believe, I bought this land for $1 an acre and this person's offering me 10 an acre. Meanwhile, it'll be worth 1,000 an acre in 30 years from now. And it's going to have low maintenance, low time. These are just a few of the hacks. And so,
I love it.
In case somebody thinks this is genius or goat-like, look, I learned this from somebody else. Brian Sidorsky taught me that last one, just to give him credit. That's why I ask for help. I don't try to figure this stuff out anymore. That's why I give all these things to everybody, because the 1.001% of you that listen to this and become multimillionaires and call me back and tell my wife how great I am, it's only because you listened and figured it out and asked for mentorship. So I really appreciate it. If you have or need any advice as well, look, I'm here to help, and I know what it's like to be in your position. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to mentor you and either give you mentors and other people to figure out the math and different opportunities for you, okay?
I appreciate it. That was great advice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, don't listen to the haters.
I don't. It's my wife. Tell my wife, Julie, don't listen to the haters. I don't listen. I really want the haters to call me, because I love having conversations with people to figure out why they feel that way and then get into their mommy issues or whatever else they're hating. So it's really cool. I'm like Mr. Rogers of Instagram. I get to the feelings of why they feel that way. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you heard her. Don't hate on me, and if you do, text me your hate. 949-298-2905. Love to hear from you. We're going to hide all the negative feelings you have about me from my wife, because I don't want her to feel bad or think that people don't like me. But I'm okay with it. I want to be the Howard Stern of Instagram. That's what I've decided. Because people that don't like me, hang on and follow more people that do. Should I teach them the message? No?
Let's try.
I'll let go.
Let's try one more time. I'm going to tell it wrong.
Oh. Justin's still learning the numerical system. He's on the metric system. He grew up in Canada. And so this is the American dialing system. It's in inches. If you didn't like that comment, Canadians, go ahead. Hate on me. 949-298-2905. I'm the new Howard Stern of Instagram. Less hair, bigger nose. Here we go. Way shorter, by the way. A knock. Knock, knock. Who's there? A knock. Hanak who? Hello? Oh, I thought that was funny. Halak!
I don't know. What happened? It just disappeared. I wonder.
Huh.
Third time's a charm?
Yeah, let's try. So here's the 3-no rule. This is how it works. So, first time, wrong number. We were dealing in the metric system. Second time, it didn't work. That's 2 no's. But he actually hasn't said no to. Hey! And like I say, 50% of the time I get a yes. Knock, knock, Hanak. Dave Meltzer here. Hi.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. Who is this?
This is David Meltzer. You texted me a question.
Oh, hi, David. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
What's your
Driving
question?
home.
Oh, cool. What's your question while you drive home? I'll help you out.
My question was, do you have any advice for a non-technical founder of a tech company?
Yeah, I got lots of them. I'm a non-technical founder of a technology company. Surround yourself with people that are technical. No, look.
I mean, I'm kind of technical, but not like fully all the time. I'm like more of a manager.
Yeah, that's fine. So know your skills, your knowledge, and your desire, right? Be honest with what you know and what you don't know. Find people and surround yourself that are people who are smarter than you. I know there's the old saying, and I'm going to say it again, I apologize, but I'm old. And if you're in a room and you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room. Especially if you're a technology company and you're a non-technology guy. So what you want to do is surround yourself with all the right people and the right ideas, people that have the expertise that you don't. You actually, although you may not know technologies, you have other skills, other knowledge, and other desire that will complement what they're doing. Remember, every weakness you have, move to a different place as a strength. Every strength they have, move to a different place as a weakness. So look how your skill sets, your knowledge, and your desire complement the technical skills that the other people have that you don't. You don't have to worry about it, but you want to make sure that you're complementing and putting everybody where their strengths have the most impact and where their weakness has the least. Remember, I always say this, the ball finds the weakest carrier. And this is something, right? The ball's going to find the weakest player. So you want to make sure that each player, when the ball finds them, that they're playing a position where they're the strongest at. And that's including you. So make sure when the ball finds you that you're in the strongest position that you can play with administration, management, operations, or whatever the skills you have. Does that sound fair?
That's amazing. Thank you so much, David.
All right, I'm taking a poll. Am I a GOAT or not?
You're the GOAT.
All right, we're 333. You hear that, Julie? If you don't think I'm a GOAT, go ahead and text me. Keep the negative comments. Thanks so much, Yanuk. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Go ahead and text me, 949-298-2905. I'm a triple GOAT today. I'm going to get to 2 million GOAT comments. You can check it out. Hopefully that'll lead to 4 million people saying I'm not the GOAT, and then I'll have 6 million people. I am the new Howard Stern of Instagram. Thank you so much. Julie, we're going to take all the negative comments off of Instagram, put them onto my text community so you don't have to see how much people dislike or how stupid of a husband you have. I'm good with it. If you really hate me, ask for my cell phone number so we can talk about how much you hate me and why your mommy or your daddy hurt your feelings so you have to hurt my wife's. We're going to get down to the deepest feelings. This is Mr. Rogers and Howard Stern combined of Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Whatever you find me, I am here to help. Are we doing one more call?
We're good. Talk about Monday, 2-hour stream.
Oh, Monday, 2 hours. What about Saturday? Money and Entrepreneurship Saturday in Anaheim for those that are local. Come check me and Marshall Falk out. I love that guy. I'll do anything for you. Talk about a good guy. That guy has always showed up for me and always will, which is why I'm there Saturday at Anaheim as well for his company, working on money and entrepreneurship. Thank you. And, of course, my friend Cash, nickname Cash Money, Money and Entrepreneurship. Check me out. I'm going to do a meetup. Might be my, with the coronavirus, this could be the last time you get to see me in person. Come and shake my hand, hug me, give me a kiss. I'll be there 7:30 a.m. at Anaheim Convention Center. I am not afraid of the flu. Make sure you protect yourself, though. You don't have to be as stupid as I am. If you do think I'm stupid, though, you know where to text me, 949-298-2905. Please protect me from hurting my wife's feelings. I'm looking for the positive and the negative. Mr. Rogers, Howard Stern, and I all combined together in this personality tonight. Also, Monday, we're doing a 2-hour Southwest, South by Southwest live stream. They canceled South by Southwest. I had several speaking engagements and mentorship things there, so I have volunteered my time for 2 hours to do what I was going to do in Texas, online. What time is that at, Justin?
8 to 10 Pacific.
8 to 10 Pacific time. Please join me for Q&A, 2 hours of it. I'm trying to do the best that I can to be of service. I'm kind of bummed myself. I'm not going to get Cooper's Barbecue or any of my favorite stuff down in Austin. But if you want to virtually get some value from the 3-time GOAT today, that's Dave Meltzer. GOAT used to be such a negative thing. And if you think it's a negative thing, you know where to get me, 949-298-2905. Keep the negative comments away from my wife. I appreciate you. 2 hours on Monday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time. Come join me live to answer Q&A. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here. We have a lot of fun, but most importantly, I'm looking to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, empower others to empower others to be happy. This is Uncle David, having a great time, and most importantly, I love you, Julia Miles. Thanks for joining.
I think that's it.